So tell us a bit more about your experience of you mentioned New Generation at Katie.
So New Generation is a fantastic night run by a young lady called Maya Simpson, who runs Seen and Heard, which is a sort of it was a community zine. If anyone remembers fanzines back in the day, essentially she created a fanzine that was edited by young people, featured young bands, very, very typical fanzine type of idea if you going back in the day. She started to do that, and then on the back of that she decided, and she was working at Katie's at the time, and she decided that she wanted to do something around young bands, particularly in Gosport. New Generation, easy name, you know, when you're thinking of what you're trying to do. And what's lovely about it, it's once every I could get this wrong, but it's either second or third Thursday. I think it's the one after the open mic in Key West, so it'll be third Thursday. The bands it's indie. What was lovely about it is you get down there and you see young people who are the age of 16 to 20. They don't drink, so they just buy lemonade and water. So I'm pretty sure Katie's aren't making any money, but what they're doing for young people in Gosport and the music scene is incredible. But they'll get down there. The week that I've been down there, there's like 80 young people crammed into there and outside. So you've got that lovely buzz. Again, musicians meeting musicians, which is great. And the repertoire. I was in there the other week and they were doing a Whitney song. So there was an indie band, an indie punk band doing a Whitney Houston song. And it was just I loved the fact that, and they were doing a Beatles song, and every single bit they were doing Come Together, and every member, every young person in that pub knew the lyrics. And I was quite pleased with that. You know what I mean? Because that's like 68, 69, and but they also play their own stuff. The sound's great. The guy who runs it, the guy who does the sound, Sam, he's also been mentored. There's a real connection between Katie's and Key West, which is creating. This is my big thing about creating a scene, and it's how you start to create that scene. And I think what New Generation's done, they also do a New Generation festival once a year at Key West, and this year it was fantastic. The standard is incredible. And the other bit that's really important is giving young musicians professional opportunities. So if you're going to put them on stage, the sound's got to be good, the light's got to be good, they've got to have a decent engineer, they've got to feel like they're being treated as musicians. And they up their game the minute you do something like that. So I think New Generation is the best thing that's happened musically to Gosport in the last couple of years.
So there we go. Big shout out to New Generation at Katie's Vinyl Bar, which is on the High Street.
Yep.
What I love about that story is that completely goes against what a lot of we're told. We're told that Gosport High Street is dead and there's nothing going on. And we're also told that young people are just spending all their time on their phones and not getting out and not being social.
Exactly, yeah.
And this is evidence that that's not true.
No, it's not true. It's not true.
And that there is a scene to get involved in if you want to, and going there. And you mentioned Key West Studios as well, which I'm really familiar with because I think I absolutely love the open mic there.